Good morning and welcome. The final race of the 2024 Ford Trailseeker mountain bike series here at the beautiful Bosman Family Wines in Wellington in the Western Cape. We've got 4 races going on today across the marathon, half marathon, 20k and 10k. But most of all, there's a celebration of what has been an incredible series across South Africa in 2024.
This was a field of high-class marathon mountain bikers prepared for battle over the iconic trails on the mountain slopes surrounding Wellington. A challenging 1,500 meters of climbing would test everyone's legs. The initial climb zigzagging across the vineyards before they tackled the purpose-built trails on the lower slopes of Groenberg, like the legendary Wild Boar and Velvet Pass trails.
Yes, last year, 1 year last year. I think the field is a little bit more stacked today, so who knows? There are a lot of fast guys out there today, so I think it's going to feel like a longer cross-country race. So yeah, I think it'll be fast and I'm looking forward to it.
Today tactics would be try to be in front. There's so much trail, so much single track. I think if you can be in front, you'll save a lot of energy. But yeah, team tactics, we're just gonna make it as hard as we can. Yeah, super cool that Pagera still is 1 to 3 in the series. Yeah, happy to be leading it.
All eyes, though, were on the man in the Cannondale factory racing colours, Alan Hatherley. Just a week after his stunning victory at the UCI Cross Country World Championships in Andorra, and he was setting the early pace. While it perhaps didn't have the star quality of a world champion, the women's elite field was still very competitive. Seasoned campaigner Sarah Hill, fresh from an impressive victory in the King Price Race to the Sea, and regular podium finisher and series leader Nicolette Griffioen were there. There were also a number of strong Western Cape riders, like the ever-strong and consistent Liani Oosthuizen, always determined to do her best and based in Grabouw. Megan Scribante, Sarita Lowe and Nicola Freitas would all have a say in the outcome.
You know, I'm really excited to be racing in the Western Cape. We are moving here, so it is kind of like a big announcement for me and my fiance. And seeing that there are a lot of strong local girls is really encouraging for me. You know, I've been in Gauteng racing there for over 15 years, and we have our own strengths, we have our own terrain, but there's something quite special about the Western Cape. The girls are strong here, they're competitive, they have a lot of fire in them, and I actually want that. I want to be racing in the mix.
On the early climbs, Hill established herself as the rider to beat, as Oosthuizen and Griffioen tried to limit their losses to the powerful complete cyclist rider. In the men's race, the cracking pace set by Alan Hatherley had split the bunch. A group of 5 were away. Hatherley had Marco Hubert, Mark Britson, Tristan Nokia and Arnaud de Toy in his train as they climbed higher and higher. Peter de Toy had been distanced, fighting to regain contact with the head of the race now. They were on the tough and rough lace-long ascent. These dry conditions, keeping the wheel in front and traction, all important factors. Locally based in Mbuko rider Hubert took charge of the pace setting on the climbs, and then led the lead group into the familiar fast and furious descents he knows so well. Britson was the first casualty due to a puncture, and then Hatherley went to the front to make it hard again. The relentless pace and sharp climbs took a toll, leaving just Nokia and Hatherley up front. Insect Science's Arnaud de Toy desperately trying to keep pace. They dived into the spectacular Golden Mile, a super fast and slick descent down into the vineyards.
Yeah, so the guys pushed the pace in the beginning. Yeah, I just kept it cool, and then me and Mark and Alan got away, and then Mark got an unfortunate puncture, literally just on the straight road, just probably glass or something, and then yeah, I could see the other guys were struggling, and I knew the last climb, so I went in front in the single track, and yeah, I just pushed as hard as I could, and me and Alan got a gap, and yeah, we just pushed it to the finish, and yeah, managed to take the win.
Yeah, I mean, incredible as always. A bit of a, reminder of how loose it is out here. Really, the boys were flying. I think Mark, obviously, it's his local trails, put me under pressure kind of all day.
Yeah, no, I just really enjoyed it. It's good to be back. I'm still recovering from the travel and the afterworlds celebrations, I guess. But yeah, really good to be back. And yeah, the boys are flying. It's really cool to see because I think they're all off to Marathon Worlds in a week or so. And yeah, no, I just really enjoyed battling with them, and I had a blast out there today.
Yeah, you know, the Ford Trailseeker series is an awesome series to have in the country. The trails in the Western Cape are so special, and it's an awesome day out for the family. Yeah, really looking forward to Banyuk already, and that'll be a lacquer one to get out.
A podium of real class in Wellington. Tristan Nokia showing impressive pre-gravel World Championships form. The top 10 are who's who of the top mountain bikers in the land. 2 hours and 23 for the tough marathon route was evidence of the class of the field. Just 30 seconds separated the top 4. Series leader Peter du Toit ensured he'd take the overall title. His team boss Philip Bass, a winner in this series already this season, closed out the top 10. The beauty of the Wellington Mountains and its extensive trail network never better illustrated than on this stunning spring morning in the Boerland. And giving evidence of her racing craft and superb skills was Sarah Hill, who'd taken full control of the women's race in the Ford Trailseeker in Wellington. She was clearly in great form, riding with the confidence that winning brings. Despite a healthy gap to her closest rivals, Sarah held nothing back as she powered towards the finish at Bosman Family Vineyards and a very classy victory in Wellington.
You know, we started on a climb and my tactic was to kind of get ahead and then settle in. I actually did take a wrong turn, so all that effort in the beginning, I had to work back for it. But you know, I believe in myself at the moment, and I just stayed calm, and I knew a lot of the trails actually from Epic, so I was having a really good day. And I remember me and Hayley Smith actually had a really good day on this particular stage. So the trails were full of good memories, and yeah, thank you guys, thank you.
It was amazing. Every piece of single track, you just wish it would never end. Unfortunately, my chain broke near the end, so it was a bit of a scramble to hang on to second, but managed, and yeah, absolutely loved it.
The trails were fantastic. You guys fooled me a little bit by switching the route from 2 years ago that I did, but it was a good challenge. I felt fantastic the half part, and then I just had to hold on and hang on until the finish.
Sarah Hill the winner, Nicolette Griffioen taking another solid second place, and Lehani Oosthuizen, the local girl, in third. New to the podium in the Trailseeker series, Megan Scribante won a close race for fourth, ahead of Nicola Freitas and Sarita Lowe. And it was hard racing all the way down, Shauna Esmeyer winning a sprint with Chantal Bosch to take ninth. After 6 rounds of the Ford Trailseeker series, Nicolette Griffioen emerged as the top woman, and Peter du Toit Paga Eurosteel was the year's top man. Peter du Toit won at the cradle and in round 4 at Sondela, and he was third in De Bosveld and Van Galens. His 5th place in Wellington ensured he'd be crowned champion ahead of Paga Eurosteel teammates Turlo and Bass. Regular top 10 finishes put Ernie Roots in 4th as the best of the rest. Despite not winning a race, Nicolette Griffioen was consistency personified. The worst result was 7th in De Bosveld, but 2 seconds, a 3rd and a 6th, good enough to put her just 339 points ahead of Tanya Bugerin. Talented Free Stater Andre van Rooyen took the overall honours in the men's half marathon series. And Potchefstroom's Bianca Buerta was victorious in the women's half marathon series. It was a story of consistency for young van Rooyen, who rides for Insect Science, who won at the cradle. He was second and had 2/3 during the season, and that did the trick for him in the overall. Bianca Buerta won in Wellington, her second victory of the series, to add to 2 runners-up spots and a 3rd place finish to secure the overall women's half marathon title. The half marathon short distance series was also very well supported through all 6 rounds. Dylan Kohlmeier was the most consistent young man throughout the year, taking overall honours ahead of Ruan Koy and Ruben Pinard. Jane Smith was the winner of the girls series ahead of Roxy De Lange and Megan Kruger. The final round of the Ford Trailseeker series in Wellington could not have gone any better. From a world champion on the start line in the most competitive race of the season, to the multitude of young and old riders who came out to race or just ride these sublime trails of Wellington. The series has truly lived up to its billing as the biggest and best of its kind, and it delivered a top-class event on world-class trails once again.
It was a really great ride. The trails were in amazing condition considering how much rain there's been this winter. Yeah, just beautiful day out, stunning trails, lots of climbing, and then lots of nice rewards on the downhill.
Oh, it was nice. Weather was fantastic. Couldn't have asked for better. They started a bit cold, warmed up nicely. Trails are excellent, nice and dry. So yeah, it was a great ride. We had a lot of fun.
Cool experience on the route, some nice single track. A little bit sandy, almost came off the handlebars twice, but other than that, just managed to stay on the bike and I'm alive. And great route. I think it's really well put together and just enjoyed the day. Nice and being out in the sun, getting out the house. So yeah, some good stuff.
The Ford Trailseeker series couldn't happen without the massive support from the landowners, and particularly those who host the race villages. And Bosman Family Vineyards was absolutely outstanding in that regard in Wellington.
Yeah, it's a massive honor to have a lineup, professional lineup like this here at Bosman, and I think it's great for the region, for the town, and I think the shout out to all the landowners to make their trails available not only for this event but for the sports. And yeah, I think the cherry on the cake was to have our Olympic medalist and world champion Alan Atelier lining up this morning.
All 6 events at 6 different venues were hugely successful thanks to the roles played by the title sponsors Ford and the event organisation Faces.
Oh man, what a year. It feels like Ford's been involved forever, even though they just started this year as the title sponsors. 6 events, all 6 of them surpassed our expectation, all of them bigger than the previous year. And it's just such a strong series this year, from the elite competitors to the schools to just the families. We're very thankful for a good year.
As you can see, an absolutely beautiful day here at the Bosman Family Wines. Race number 6 of the Ford Trailseeker, done and dusted. Thank you so much for coming out and enjoying the day with us. A big shout out and thank you to our title partners, Ford, coming on in 2024 and making a meal of it and doing such an incredible job for us. Next year, we'll see you at Bunnock for the start of the 2025 Ford Trailseeker series. We'll see you then.